Hi guys, it's Mystic Gaming here, and today we're going to be seeing if you could get a 4K action camera for under $100. Now this is the YDI action camera. Let's take a look. So before we get into this video, I'd just like to say thank you to YDI for sending me this action camera. There will be a link in the description down below to their Amazon. And also we're going to be comparing the 4K action camera to another action camera which is a bit cheaper than the 4K but can't do actually 4K, so it's a 1080p. So we're going to see if the 4K version is actually worth its money. Now taking a look around the device, on the front you have a nice big wide angled lens which is 170 degrees of wide angled lens. You also have a button which is a mode button, which if you press it will change the modes on the camera judging on the picture or video or the playback or the settings that the camera has. Also on the front it has a 4K logo, Ultra HD and a Wi-Fi symbol. Now coming around to the side of the camera you actually have two buttons. Now they are arrows for operating in the menu, so up goes up and down goes down. So pressing the top button is the Wi-Fi button. You'll then be able to connect the camera to your phone by using Wi-Fi. And the bottom button is just another arrow button for going down. On the back you actually have a 2-inch screen, which also on the side has a remote and action camera. Now that is if you want to use a remote. Now there's a little remote with this camera which it has a power on button, a picture logo and a video logo. Now if you press the remote part, that means then the remote will be then part of your camera. So if you press record on the remote, the camera will then start recording. So that's quite a neat feature. Now this Vic testing doesn't actually have that feature, and that is quite useful for the extra money. Now coming around to the side you actually have a couple of ports. You have a micro USB port for charging the camera. You also have a HDMI slot to plug it into a TV, and also a micro SD slot for SD cards to record to. On the bottom you actually have your battery slot where you're going to put in your battery, and there's a little flap that goes on it which is really small and you may lose it, so that's something to bear in mind with this camera. Now also on the back, now also in the box you'll also get a load of accessories, GoPro mounts, cloths, to clean the lens, also cable ties and a load of things like that. There are loads of GoPro mounts which are pretty much the same as GoPro mounts, just a little bit fake and a bit plasticky, but they all do work. So also in the box you will get this waterproof case which allows the camera to be waterproof up to 30 meters, and also with the camera being waterproof, this case also allows the camera to be a bit protected from drops and things like that. So it's very thick plastic that won't break easily. So the only reason you'll actually buy these action cameras is for the video quality. So here is a comparison between the Vic testing, which is at 1080p 30 FPS, and the YDI at 4K. So this is what it looks like. So one cool thing about these cameras is that they both have Wi-Fi built in. It means that you can connect it to your phone and then use your phone as a live view monitor so you can actually see what the cameras can actually see. Now the thing is with the Vic testing is that it has a free app called Final Cam. Now Final Cam is just an app which uses a lot of action cams. It means that you can just connect your camera, it's a bit like plug and play, and then it just displays what the camera can actually see. You can't change any settings in Final Cam, but with the YDI you actually have a special app for it. Now when I went to download it, it did actually say purchase, so I'm not quite sure if I got charged for buying the app, but I don't think I did, so I think it is a free app. Now, using the app is pretty simple. It just displays the live view. You can press record. You can also change the size of the screen and the video quality that you want the camera to actually do. So overall, this is actually a good camera for the price of only £60, which isn't a lot of money. It's about $81 or so. So it's good so it's a very cheap camera that can do 4K, and it does 4K pretty well in my opinion. Compared to a 1080p 30 FPS, which I showed you earlier, the 4K version looks a lot better than the 1080p version. And considering that you're not paying a lot more for this camera than the Vic testing, in my opinion this is the clear winner here. Now, although it is a bit more expensive, but I think it is worth it for the actual price. So overall, these cameras are actually really similar. They both use the same waterproof case, they both use Wi-Fi, they're both really similar in looks. There's nothing really tells them apart from this one does 4K and this one does 1080p. In my opinion, the 4K one is the clear winner here, considering on the video quality that it actually pumped out. Now, this is a really good camera that does 4K for only £60, which is about $81. So overall, this is actually a fantastic camera for people who want action and want to capture action at a really high video quality. So guys, if you've enjoyed this tech review and want to see more, then don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and guys, I'll see you next time.